Ladies and gentlemen, this is Joe's Video Games, back with another really cool arcade game. We're starting to get a Murderer's Row up in here. We've got a Centipede over there, a Miss Pac-Man here, a Donkey Kong here, and then look at this thing. Midway's incredible da-na-na, Mortal Kombat. We just finished this game up and figured we'd take a little video of it. Some people haven't seen one of these in a long time. They made a ton of them, so there's still a bunch of them out there that people have held on to over the years, but we figured we'd film a video in case you haven't seen one in a while. It's hard to get the whole thing in whenever I'm filming sideways, but there's the whole cabinet. Check that out. It's the original dedicated cabinet. This first one's a little bit harder to get than some of the other ones because they would turn this into the other ones. So, for instance, whenever Mortal Kombat 2 came out, you could turn this cabinet into Mortal Kombat 2. And so some people did. So finding one it's actually still a Mortal Kombat 1 that they never updated sometimes isn't real easy. Figured I'd just shoot all the angles and stuff. Midway had a way they did the side art back then that was really cool. And they had really cool side art. So I'll show a little close-up of it. Of course, you got the Mortal Kombat dragon at the top. And then you've got Johnny Cage. And as I'm sure most of you know, this was one of the first games that was digitized, so they actually used real actors to then captured the footage and turned it into a digitized version of the character and of the actor in the game. And if you look really close, you may not be able to see it, but it's the see the little dots? So they printed it almost like you know, newsprint was printed back then. So they could use what do they call that? Halftones, I believe, where it kind of mixes together. And so one of the things that happened though was some of the ink that they used wasn't really all that strong. So everything that's white is still pretty white, but everything that was red has faded away because this game was somewhere where it was in the sun. So you can see down there behind the dragon, that would have been, you know, the part of course closest to the floor, back behind another game where the sun couldn't hit it. It's still red, but over here it's faded. So kind of gives it a neat look. Some people can't stand it and they just want to put brand new side art on it, and that's cool, but it kind of gives it a vintage look too, you know. I mean, this thing is what, 22 years 23 years old now. So that's that side. Then we'll check out this side. You can see this side, the red has almost entirely disappeared. But that is the original art, and it is still on there, and it looks pretty cool. It's nice and clean. We cleaned it up. This cabinet isn't in mint condition anymore. It's been played tons of times. This was actually down at the beach, and so you know, depending on what arcade it was in, it probably got played by a lot of tourists. But we've done what we usually do. We've went through and rebuilt the monitor. Look at that. Boy, he looks impressive. Goro lives. Alright, so down here at the bottom, little instruction sticker that came with it. Because this is, you know, if you had never played Mortal Kombat, you would walk up and read this first, right? As I remember it, we all walked up and went, "Oh my God, I've never seen anything like this. Give me a quarter." Insert coins. And by the way, in a two-player game, loser pays, winner stays. Press the punch and kick buttons to attack. Use the joystick to move, jump, and duck. Find secret moves by using joystick and button combinations. It's the original control panel. Still in pretty good shape. Not perfect shape, but pretty good. Still has the artwork on the front that hasn't been painted over. That's pretty cool. Alright, so there you go. Mortal Kombat. The tournament is still going on here at Joe's Video Games. I'll set up the tripod and film a little bit of the gameplay just to show you, so you can remember what it was like playing on the actual machine if you don't have one, or if you haven't seen one out anywhere lately. And you can see all of our games at Lions Arcade too if you want. We buy games like this, and usually they're not working. This particular one had all kinds of stuff going on. The soundboard didn't work. I don't know how they were operating it with no sound, but the soundboard wasn't working. It needed a new power supply. The monitor needed rebuilt. The monitor board was actually missing whenever we got it, so we replaced that and rebuilt it. Got the picture nice and bright again. Again, not perfect. We're not bragging or anything, but it's just cool to bring these back from the dead and get them up and running again. This thing had been sitting in a warehouse for several years, and now it's working again and ready for somebody to play it. The last thing we're waiting on, we've got to put a little volume pot in it, so I'll start it up, but it's going to be really loud because we don't have it. The volume pot isn't the right size, so it can't turn it down far enough. So here we go. I'll step back a little bit. Kind of still gives me goosebumps. So anyways, be back in a minute. Alright, we're back. I have taken the camera and put it on a tripod, and I've aimed it at the monitor. This is a Wells Gardner K7000 monitor, which is what originally came in most of these Mortal Kombats. And we rebuilt it, got it looking pretty good. You can see, just a quick little note, you can see up here in the corner, see how that's a little discolored? That's because it needs to be degaussed. If you move the games while they're turned on, which we did earlier, sometimes it makes it where a part of the screen will get discolored like that. It has to do with the magnetic field of the Earth interacting with the monitor, and it's just kind of weird. See how there's a little purple spot behind Goro there? But you can fix that really easy. There's a little a degaussing wand, they call it. You run it over the screen and it makes it look perfect again. So disregard that slight little blemish there. But I figured we like filming the original cabinet, the original monitor. You can hook it up where you know you've got the video out coming into the to what you're recording, and it'll show you you know, just crystal clear and everything. But we always think it's kind of cool to show it on the actual monitor, so you'll see like some lines going through the screen and all that, and that's just because we're aiming a camera at a monitor, so it doesn't really look like that here in person. So, but I'm gonna play this cool game here for a little bit. Standard disclaimer, I am not very good at any game, but I can coin it up and play it a little bit. So here we go. All right, here we are. Scorpion, because his finishing move's the easiest, and maybe I can pull it off on video. Here we go. Oh, I missed it. Ooh.
Scorpion, win.
Yeah, buddy. First time I saw that, I think I was scared a little bit, actually. I don't want to admit that too much. But... Wish I could get some little combos going.
Scorpion wins.
You gotta watch it with her. If you get too close, she'll do her little grab thing.
Sonya wins. Scorpion
She looks just like Liu Kang did.
fatality.
Sub-Zero, all right. My brother from another mother. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh.
Scorpion wins.
Scorpion wins. Oh, man. It's hard to get where you're just the right spot, so when the fire hits them, it's like just right. All right. It's the famous pit level.
Scorpion wins. Flawless victory.
Oh! Raiden showed me what it's all about. I want to beat him so I can try to knock him off. I can't remember if you can knock him off on this one. I think you can. I think on this one it was just 2D, and on the second one it was 3D when you knocked him off. Okay, uppercuts do not work on Raiden. Oh, man!
Raiden wins.
We got to see it anyway. All right, there it is, guys. They killed me. And girls, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I like to refer to everybody as. All right, so that's Mortal Kombat. Still working after all these years. What a cool game, man. Doesn't get much better than that. This is just one of tons of games we've got. You can see all of them at our website, lionsarcade.com, or stop by our shop. We're in downtown Rock Hill, which is about 15 minutes south of Charlotte, North Carolina. We're in downtown Rock Hill, South Carolina. So stop by. This game here, by the time you see this video, it may be gone, but maybe we'll have another one, or maybe we'll have something similar, or something else that you're looking for. We like to get them in and fix them up, and this is the latest one. So we'll shoot another video next time we get something cool in, which I'm sure will be soon. But until then, I'll see you next time.